9 most powerful martial arts. Most martial arts were designed as a method of hand-to-hand combat and self-defense. However, there are a few martial arts that, when mastered, turn the practitioner into a live weapon with the ability to destroy any opponent. Although it is not easy to rank the various martial arts, we have done our best to bring you what we believe to be the 9 most powerful martial arts. But before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing videos like this one. Number 1. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is a relatively young style of martial arts developed in 1920, but it is one of the most powerful fighting styles out there. It was modified from Judo with some fighting techniques from classical Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was designed as a ground fighting technique with an emphasis on gaining total control over an opponent. In a controlled fight, you can force your opponent into a submission using joint locks and chokeholds. But in a real-life situation, this can be very deadly because there are no regulations. Another thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that smaller and weaker people who have mastered the skill can become a threat to even bigger and stronger opponents. Number 2. KRAV MAGA. KRAV MAGA is the official martial arts for the Israeli military. It was derived from a combination of techniques from some of the most effective martial arts, such as boxing, wrestling, judo, aikido, and karate. Because of this, KRAV MAGA is one of the most effective martial arts systems for real-life situations. KRAV MAGA was not designed for fun, but rather for war and other deadly situations that the military might encounter frequently. It has been ranked as one of the most dangerous and deadliest forms of martial arts in the world, and it is effective even when your opponent is armed. Number 3. Muay Thai. Next we have Muay Thai, which is also known as the art of 8 limbs. Muay Thai originates from Thailand in the 18th century as a system of self-defense to protect the people from invaders, and it relies on the use of the fist, elbows, knees, and shins. Although it is practiced as a sport, it is a dangerous fighting style when there are no rules or regulations. It seeks to inflict the greatest pain on an opponent as fast as possible. Number 4. Ninjutsu. This is a Japanese martial art that most likely originated in the 13th century. It involves unconventional strategies and tactics, such as camouflage, navigation, infiltration, overcoming obstacles, fighting with the bare hands, and using various weapons. It is purportedly practiced by the ninja and can be very effective and deadly in real fighting situations. Practitioners are trained to use a variety of methods to attack opponents or defend themselves. Number 5. Eskrima. Eskrima is the national martial arts of the Philippines and one of the few styles of fighting that places more emphasis on the use of weapons than empty hands. When learning Eskrima, students are first taught how to use various bladed weapons, sticks, as well as other improvised tools. This fighting style is deadly because an armed fighter has more advantage over one using bare hands. Once a student has mastered the use of weapons, they are taught various empty hand fighting techniques. So someone who has mastered these fighting skills can easily handle any opponent, whether with an empty hand or any weapon available. Number 6. SILAT. This is a collective term for describing the class of martial arts that originated from Nusantara and surrounding regions of Southeast Asia. Traditionally, this fighting style is practiced in places such as Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, southern Thailand, southern Philippines, and southern Vietnam. Unlike many martial arts that focus on self-development or spirituality, SILAT has just one purpose, which is to destroy the enemy. It employs the use of various moves, strikes, weapons, and a combination of these. One of the major principles of SILAT is to find the weakest point of your enemy and attack them as fast as possible. Because of this fighting style often targets the vulnerable regions of the body, such as the face, kidneys, and throat. Number 7. Kung Fu. Kung Fu is the general name for Chinese martial arts. It is also one of the most recognized and oldest forms of martial arts disciplines in the world. Although it has been practiced for several centuries, it remains until this day because it is effective. Kung Fu requires patience and consistency, but once you've mastered the skills, it is effective for attack and self-defense. There are different styles of Kung Fu, but the predominant ones are Shaolin Kung Fu, Wing Chun, and Tai Chi, among many others. However, no matter the style of Kung Fu you practice, they all have a common element, which is speed, and that is what makes it one of the most powerful martial arts. Number 8. MCMAP. This stands for the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, and from the name, you can already tell that it is a type of martial arts used by the United States Marines. MCMAP was developed in 2001 to help the Marines master the hand-to-hand combat and other skills necessary to make them work more effectively. The MCMAP is powerful because it does not just focus on unarmed combat, but also trains practitioners on how to deal with armed opponents. It also focuses on character development and preventing mental stress. Number 9. Lethwei. Last but not least is Lethwei, formerly known as Burmese boxing. This fighting style originates from Myanmar, and it is definitely not for the faint of heart. Lethwei is one of the most brutal forms of martial arts in the world, whether as a sport or as a means of self-defense. Traditionally, Lethwei fighters continue to fight until one of them surrenders, gets knocked out, or is unable to continue due to injury. It also requires a high level of toughness and perseverance. As a sport, Lethwei practitioners don't wear gloves, but only use tapes and gauze to protect their hands. They are also free to throw punches and kicks, use their knees, clinch, or even headbutt their opponent during a fight. So which of these martial arts is the most powerful? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you next time.